All right, here we have Dr. Alan Grant and Dr. Ian Malcolm, two experts on artificial intelligence implemented into language translation. Okay, first question for Dr. Alan Grant. Indicate the name of the innovation and provide a clear description of its intended purpose.
My innovation is artificial intelligence is impact on language translation. Although real-time translation of languages already exists, artificial intelligence boosts the frequency and accuracy of the translation.
Good.
With pattern matching software to identity sounds, neutral networks, and deep learning to identity, long-term dip. Basically, this means. Sorry, I had a little tickle in my throat.
No, I hear you. That happens to all of us.
Basically, the A1 can predict what is going to be said with a great deal.
Are you sure it's not AI? Artificial intelligence? It's not sauce.
Thank you. That's my answer.
Alright.
The AI can predict what is going to be said with a great deal of accuracy and speed.
Alright, that's good enough for question one. Alright, different question for the same person, Dr. Grant. Explain at least one beneficial and one harmful effect the computing innovation has had or has the potential to have on society, economy, or culture.
Well, I didn't quite get your name in the beginning, but the lack of human intellect involved in the concerning to a lot of individuals, as most people believe that the best hands to replace responsibility is our own.
Right.
This long-standing focus on purely automated methods unnecessarily seeds a promising design space, one in which assistance enriches rather than replaces people's intellectual work.
Right.
Okay. This tension between human and machine automation poses vital challenges for design and engineering.
Okay, so what I'm gathering is that we're just looking for a good common ground between machine and man, so that man doesn't feel inadequate with machine, and machine can do its part with its accuracy and precision, as well as just doing an overall having an easier job in the workplace and environment. Correct?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
People,
yeah.
however.
Okay. Yeah, we're done with that. All right. Question 3 for Dr. Ian Malcolm. Describe how the innovation consumes data as input, produces data as output, and or transforms data.
Essentially, all the data supplied by users is analyzed and looked over. Meaning, every time the user supplies more information, the data is modified and updated. By Yale, 1994. Not only is the new data updated, but the analyzation of new data, the old data, can potentially be modified if there are any conflicts with the new data. So the data is constantly up to date and accurate as possible. Yale, 1994. An interesting possibility.
You don't have to read the citations. Thanks.
That's my answer. An interesting possibility by any valuable is using a language translation with an A1 sauce to help someone who doesn't speak English. The help call for emergency services if needed. The system collects data from the user to determine what emergency services are needed for the specific circumstance and would do so.
Okay, so what I'm gathering here is that
A1 sauce?
So what I'm gathering is the more data implemented to the specific system, it makes modifications and adjustments to bet for more accuracy and precision. Is that what I'm gathering with the input for data? Yeah. All right. So last question I have for same person, Dr. Ian Malcolm. Describe at least one data storage concern, privacy concern, or security concern directly related to the computing innovation.
Although the input of artificial intelligence in active systems is a great invention helpful. Data wranglers spent the majority of their time constantly updating the data and actually lose a lot of the time in completing their actual work. So there isn't necessarily a storage data or security data, but an infinite amount of data problem. The constant updating, unlimited amount of power, specifically language that can be imputed, and the lack of time to impute it is the problem. Without the data, the algorithm can't modify and update itself, so while the time-consuming data format can be a drag, it's necessary. Data analysis spent much more of their time, sometimes 80% or more, cleaning and formatting data to make it suitable for analysis. As a result, dominant experts have also expend more effort in manipulating data than they do exercising, just especially while less technology users may be excluded from working for the data. At the same time, the possibility that there is a lack of data could lead to the lack of updated data could be presented as well.
Okay, so what I'm gathering is that although there's not really a data storage problem, but more or less a problem that the amount of data that you input is essentially unlimited as far as language goes. So the system will never be perfect. Is that what I'm saying? Because there's always more information about language to input. So the modifications will never be as perfect as possible. Is that what I'm gathering? All right. Thanks for your time, Dr. Grant, Dr. Malcolm. It's been a pleasure. Thanks.